Hi, good morning. Sorry for the strange angle, but I wanted to post the whole group math video. We usually do this around 11 o'clock and it usually lasts 10 to 15 minutes. Sometimes it's even longer depending on if we add a game into it or not. So a lot of these components I've actually explained in the past in newsletters or on homework or something like that. So I'm just going to go through all of them, and you don't have to do every component in one day with your child. You can break it up, and I will tell you the name of the component or the section before I do it, so you can stop the video if you want to save it for another day. But we do these every single day because this is what the kids are tested on in September, in January, and then again in May. So that's why we practice these different components, and this is why we do them the way we do. So the way I'm asking the questions is the way they are tested by our math coach and our math interventionist. So it's important to ask them these questions the same way. It's better if they just watch this video and go along with it, as opposed to you pausing and asking them yourself, just because it'll get kind of confusing, and this video is probably going to be a little bit longer. But I'm going to show the different components. I'll explain them first, and then I'll act as if I'm sitting in front of the classroom, and I'll pause so it gives whoever's watching the chance to answer. And then I will give the correct answer just so that they can check themselves as well. So this is something they can do totally independent if you want to just give them the phone, the computer, the tablet to watch the video themselves. And I will be saying the answer to check so that they can check themselves. This is probably going to be the only whole group math video I post for right now, just because we do practice this every single day. If I post another one, it'll be the same questions, just in a different order, so they're not memorizing the order and then memorizing the answers, because we don't want them memorizing things. We want them actually learning and understanding these different components. But this is a video that should be watched and practiced every single day, because we do this every single day. So we're going to start with forward number word sequence. What we do with these is sometimes I'll just call on a student and say, count from 10 until I say stop, and they'll go. And what we're looking for is that they can cross over into the next decade. So start at 10 and then go into the teens, and then go from the teens to the 20s. A lot of the time students mess up between like 18, 19, 20, 21, or 39, 40, 41. That's where they start to mess up, is going into the next decade. What I do to help them is just ask them, you're in the 30s. 30 starts with 3. What comes after 3? And they can all tell me 4. And I said, okay, so if 4 comes after 3, what family comes after the 30s family? And that usually jogs their memory, and they can say 40s. They all know the families, the 10s or the teens, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. They know the names of those families, so they should be able to remind themselves of that. But you can always help them if you don't want them doing this independently. So with forward number word sequence, we either do that, or I'll show them a number and I'll say, okay, what comes after this number? That is where they struggle the most. It's not necessarily counting forwards, but it's number after, because they're not allowed to count up to that number. So for example, if I show them a 15 and ask what comes after 15, they can't go 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Because if they do that, they'll get knocked down a level on the testing. So we really just want them to know that 16 comes after 15 automatically, or that 92 comes after 91 automatically. So now I'm going to go through it as if I'm sitting in front of the class, and the students can just follow along, and I'll say the answer after probably 5 to 7 seconds so that they can check themselves. Okay, this is the number 14. What comes after 14? 15. And they should be answering, not just waiting for my answer. So you should be hearing them say it out loud. This is the number 20. What comes after 20? This is the number 15. What comes after 15? 16. Oh, sorry, I forgot with 20. This is hard. This is the number 21. What comes after 21? 22. This is the number 11. What comes after 11? 12. This is the number 29. What comes after 29? 30. This is the number 12. What comes after 12? 13. This is the number 30. What comes after 30? 31. Good. This is the number 23. What comes after 23? 24. Good job. This is the number 24. What comes after 24? 25. Good. This is the number 13. What comes after 13? 14. Nice job. This is the number 19. What comes after 19? Remember, 19 is the end of the teens family. The teens family starts with a 1, so what family is going to come next? The 20s. Good. So what comes after 19? 20. Good job. This is the number 59. What comes after 59? 60. Good job. This is the number 65. What comes after 65? 66. Nice job. This is the number 60. What comes after 60? 61. Good. This is the number 66. What comes after 66? 67. Good job. And sometimes I do just ask them what number is this and then ask them what comes after because they should all know these numbers. What number is this? 32. Good. What comes after 32? 33. Good job. This is the number 70. What comes after 70? 71. Nice. What number is this? 34. Good. What comes after 34? 35. This is the number 72. What comes after 72? 73. Good job. And what number is this? 99. Good. What comes after 99? 100. Nice job. All right, so I was going to include all of the components. Stop. Sorry. Cat. I was going to include all of the components in this video, but it's already 7 minutes long, so I think I'm going to break it up. Normally, we do all five or six of these components every day, but I call on one student per question. I don't make one student sit there and answer all of those at once, but because you're at home and you just have your child, it is a great time to practice having them do every single one of those numbers and what comes after. I am going to stop the video here and I will label this just forward number. And then I will include the other videos later on. I don't want to bombard you guys with too much stuff at once because I don't want you guys thinking that you have to do all of this right now. I mean, you have 3 weeks off. You have plenty of time to practice this stuff with your kids. The kids always want to see my cat, so here's my cat. All right, I'll be done now.